Yeah. Good afternoon, children. Good afternoon. Yes. Before getting to the lesson, let me ask some questions. How is the weather today?
Sunny.
Morning? Cloudy. Morning? Cloudy. Isn't it? So, what we can see, the changes within a day, or within a few hours, we can see the changes. Isn't it? Yes. Like that way, think about what happened last week of October. Last month. What happened? Heavy rainfall. Due to that, what we got? Holidays. Enjoy like anything, isn't it? Yes. So, gone for holiday? Why heavy rainfall occurs? Where cyclone? It was emerged in a part of Bay of Bengal. So, nothing but, see, that cyclone, as we know, cyclones are nothing but, it's one of the natural disasters. Isn't it? So, today we can go through the natural disaster. So, let me explain which are the natural disaster and then how it occurs, why it occurs, its cause, effect and as well as its preventive measure we will be discussing. Okay, so the lesson is natural. Yeah. Natural disaster. Okay. See, natural disasters are nothing but naturally occurring some destructive activities in our environment which led to loss of human life and property. See, basically, this natural disaster occurs mainly due to two causes. Okay, mainly due to some forces. As we all know, in a geographical term, this is symbol of Earth's surface, isn't it? Think about due to the effect of inside the Earth, nothing but internal forces. Due to the effect of internal forces, we can see there are happening of two natural disasters. Which are those? Can you? Earthquake, then due to the effect of internal force, volcanic eruption. Isn't it? Same manner, above the Earth's surface, if any forces were there, means which are the natural disaster? Flood. Okay. Then landslide. Then drought. Okay. Then coastal erosion. Isn't it? So these are segregated based on the two forces, that is external and as well as internal forces. Now, as a part of these two, today we can discuss about flood and cyclone. Okay, flood and one more, that is
Cyclone.
Okay, its cause. What are the major points we will be discussing about these two external forces natural disaster means? So, what are the causes? Causes for the occurrence of these two natural disaster causes, then its effects, and as well as
Preventive measures.
measures. Okay, so these two. Let me show with the TATA classes video. Yes, generally, first we can go through the cyclone. Yeah, what do you mean by cyclone, children? Can anyone? What are cyclones? Yes,
Cyclones are destructive.
destructive. Okay, then any other answer? Okay, first let me ask the question. What are the causes for the occurrence of a cyclone? Huh? Heavy rainfall. Effect of cyclone is heavy rainfall.
Intense heating.
Intense heating. Okay. Then
Humidity.
humidity. Yeah. Then
Unstable area.
Cyclone. Okay, cyclone means generally it moves towards the area of low pressure spirally from high pressure to low pressure. From high pressure to low pressure, when spirally move towards the center of the low pressure means that one only we can consider it as a cyclone. Okay, earlier to that, let me ask. See, do you know related to these natural disaster or weather related phenomena? Okay, there is a one particular department which assess or which gave up any kind of instruction that is in that. Okay, so do you know that department?
IMD department.
Can you explain about?
Meteorological department which was
Yeah,
established.
right. Let me. IMD. What do you mean by IMD, sir?
Indian Meteorological Department.
Indian Meteorological Department. Yeah. What is the main work of the or responsibility of this department?
It communicates with the northern countries of the Indian Ocean.
Yeah.
Such
Yes,
as
let me explain. See, as we all know, in a Indian Ocean, above the Indian Ocean, which are the northern countries were there, with that country, this department used to communicate. Why it communicates?
To get information about the cyclones, and it also gives rights to the states to give names for such cyclones.
Yeah. See what she is explaining means. Can you name those countries, child? One or two.
Bangladesh,
Ah.
India, Maldives, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Thailand.
And Oman. Isn't it? Yeah. Good. Sit down. See, what is the major responsibility of this department? Means we remember this is the one of the weather related department which was established in the year of 1875. Okay, its headquarter is at New Delhi. So this department used to communicate with the northern Indian Ocean countries. Means towards the Indian Ocean of north, which are the countries so there means Bangladesh, India, Thailand, Sri Lanka, then Pakistan, Myanmar. With these countries, it used to communicate. So with that, this department used to give chance for each country that too in a alphabetical order. Okay, so those countries will get chance to name the cyclone. Okay, so to name the cyclone in a every year based on its severity. Okay, so those countries will every year in alphabetical order it used to get a what? Chance to name those cyclone. Do you know what is the name of a cyclone of 2024? Anyone? Yes? Dana. Very good. This is the name of this year's cyclone which was emerged in the Indian Ocean, nothing but in a part of Bay of Bengal. Which country has given this name? Qatar. Okay, so can you say what is the meaning of that? Yeah, in a Qatar language, the meaning of this word is beautiful pearl. And one more thing, this is good, very good. One more thing is that these countries, the name whatever it will give, okay, so it should not exceed more than 8 letters. Okay, that's the one of the rule. And then these countries will give this name to that particular cyclone based on the severity of that cyclone. Okay, yes. First, let me show the video in between that. I'll explain.
Cyclones are violent revolving storms caused by winds blowing around the central area of low atmospheric pressure. Cyclones are formed when thunderstorms move over warm ocean waters.
Warm ocean water means nothing but high temperature. Okay, and then we remember earlier to the occurrence of a cyclone, how was the condition of that area will be? Calm air, isn't it?
The warm air from the thunderstorm combines combines with warm air from the ocean surface and begins rising. Winds blowing in opposite directions cause the thunderstorm to spin. The rising warm air creates a low pressure zone at higher altitudes. The low pressure in turn continuously draws in more warm air from the surface of the ocean and moves it upwards. Also, cooler air is sucked downwards. This cycle of events leads to the formation of a very low pressure system surrounded by high-speed winds. This is called a cyclone. Center of the cyclone is called the eye of the storm. The eye of the storm is the calmest region of the cyclone. Several Indian cyclones originate in the Bay of Bengal due to a low pressure that forms over the warm waters of the Bay of Bengal.
See, one more thing is here, from the point of view of distribution I am explaining. Okay, see, when the occurrence of a cyclone takes place in the Bay of Bengal, its effect, if it is moved towards the eastward, okay, if it is moved towards the eastward means, which are the states, coastal area will be get affected?
Odisha.
Tamil Nadu and as well as Andhra Pradesh. See, based on what I am telling, based on the direction of the wind. See, the cyclone, if it is moved towards the east means the coastal area of, which are the states?
Andhra
Yeah, Tamil Nadu and
Andhra Pradesh.
Andhra. Okay, suppose if the cyclonic effect is moved towards the northwest, means yeah, here Odisha and as well as yeah. So these states, the coastal area will be get affected based on a direction of the wind. Okay, and then as we all know, during the month of December, in the beginning of December or end of the November, here in a part of Bangalore also, we will be getting continuous rainfall, isn't it? Continuously 1 week of rainfall if we are getting means what we used to assess?
Cyclone.
Yeah, cyclone it says in the part of Bay of Bengal. So another 2-3 days we are going to get a rainfall. Like that way we will discuss, isn't it? So that rainfall occurs nothing but due to the effect of cyclone which was emerged in a part of
Bay of Bengal.
okay.
In India, about 8% of land area is prone to cyclones, thus
Here
affecting.
in this map, clearly it shows cyclonic prone areas, isn't it? That pink color shows what it shows? Nothing but distribution, isn't it? Okay, so when in between the month of November to December, okay, October to December, if the emergence of cyclone, if we see in the Bay of Bengal means these are the areas, nothing but the coastal area, West Bengal, Odisha, Andhra and then
Tamil Nadu.
okay, due to the effect of cyclone which emerged in a Arabian Sea in between the month of
May to June.
May to June, isn't it? Obviously due to the effect of southwest monsoon wind. Okay, so especially the areas of Karnataka and then Kerala. Kerala will be affected severely, isn't it? Last means in the month of June itself we were noticed that, and then the coastal area Gujarat and Maharashtra. Okay.
In the life and property of the areas. The
Now
spinning
we are moving
cyclones
towards the effects of cyclone. We remember it's a 3-mark question.
cause strong winds and heavy rains. These heavy rains destroy many homes, thus leaving thousands of people homeless. Several lives are lost, trees are uprooted, and structures are destroyed. The cyclones cause further havoc due to flooding and landslides. Lives come to a standstill as power and phone lines are uprooted. Water transportation is the worst affected by a cyclone. Ships, ports, boats and shipyards face extensive damages. The strong winds and rains that follow the cyclones destroy the crops and stored food grains.
Okay. What will you see?
Effects of cyclone.
Cyclone. Okay.
Though there is no control over weather,
Yes. Though it is a natural phenomena. Can we stop that? Occurrence of cyclone?
No.
Then preventive measure. How can we? Means generally as we all know based on a season. Isn't it? So in particular season these are the most affected area. Like that way we can assess and accordingly we can take some preventive measures. As we know, though it is a natural phenomena, nobody can stop that one occurrence of any natural disaster. But frequently based on a season we can see its severity and in that particular region people can take some preventive measure. Only people here. Who else? Who else can join the ranks in a preventive measure? Government. Isn't it?
certain measures can be taken to prevent disasters like the cyclones. Hazard assessment using weather stations and satellites should be undertaken to identify the path of a cyclone and at the places it may be worst affected. Authorities should ensure that least critical activities are placed in vulnerable areas by avoiding settlements in the floodplains. In fact, these areas could be used for parks, grazing or playgrounds. Structures with deep foundations and pillars that withstand wind forces and torrential rains should be built. The government should also provide cyclone shelters in the vulnerable areas. Strong-rooted trees should be planted along the coastline to mitigate the impact of strong winds. Apart from these measures, training should be provided at community level to ensure disaster preparedness. One of the most dangerous and most destructive natural disasters, cyclones are responsible for several deaths every year. Though cyclones cannot be averted, certain mitigation strategies can be adopted to reduce the damages caused by them. The rest
Yeah. So we have been first here. So mitigation means what else we can take other than this?
Helicopter.
Huh?
Providing
Yeah.
shelter.
Huh? Providing shelter.
Keeping the army battalions to rescue.
Yeah. Army battalion should be ready. Okay. In those emergency times. Okay. So this is related to the mitigation strategies which can be followed by the either central government or the state government in a affected area.
Yes.
Did you understand? Shall we go?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Let me show. Yeah. So here they have mentioned few mitigations. Okay. So stop going to the sea for amusement, especially during
Cyclone.
okay cyclone. So stop all primary services like means here this mitigation can be followed by usage of electricity, water or sewage disposal. This can be followed by the people who are settled in a part of cyclonic prone areas. Okay, and then death of the people, animal, building and other structure in a path of cyclone. Okay, and then stop building houses along the sea coast. Means construction should be avoided nearby the sea coast. Okay, to avoid its severe effect. Okay, and then especially this one, stop banana and coconut Anyone?
It is not so deep-rooted.
It is not so deep-rooted, and as well as it will affect soon due to forceful blowing of winds. Okay, hence. Then raise brick walls near the coastal settlement. Okay, to avoid what? Effect of the coastal erosion. Okay, as we all know, due to the cyclone, heavy rainfall occurs, isn't it? Due to the heavy rainfall, it leads to one more natural disaster, that is coastal erosion, isn't it? Simply remember, any one natural disaster will lead to the another. Okay. Then visit religious places and pray. Yes, as a human being, we have to, isn't it? Then warn all the people in advance about the cyclone so that they can vacate their houses. Means this can be done by IMD, isn't it? Meteorological department. When they can assess, relate a weather report. With the help of those weather report, they can warn the people, especially whom they can warn. What for? Especially along with the vacate. What was the main occupation of the people who are fishing? Fishing, isn't it? So for fishermen, it's a kind of a warning to save their life. Okay. Yeah, watch TV, radio, and all to get the news related to that. Okay. Yes. Next, cell phone become useless. Why?
No network.
Yes, no network. Else. Okay. Yes. Shall we go? Next, natural disaster. Did you understand, children? Cyclonic cause, effect, and its preventive measures. Next, we can go to the flood. Yes. What do you mean by flood? Huh? Overflow of water. From where?
Water bodies.
Huh? From river. And in another class, yes, again we will be discussing about these factors of natural disaster, that is flood. Okay, so compared to other natural disasters, okay, flood is the one of the major natural disaster which witness or occur more frequently in our country. Okay, yes, let me show this video.
A flood is a phenomenon when a river receives more water than it can discharge.
It's a definition of a flood. So a high water stage apart from a span of a river. Okay, if overflow of a river water means that is considered as a flood. Okay, so in the stage of water flow, natural or artificial bands on a normally on a dry land. Dry land means normally then it's path.
That overflows its bank, resulting in inundation of large areas. In India, over 12% of the land area is vulnerable to flood.
Yes. This map shows the affected area of a flood every year generally in our country. Okay. Where you can see more it's affect with this map. Northern part of the country. Why? Can anyone guess what the reason? Anyone? Anyone? Yes. No. On a northern part of the country only, why it occurs more? That is the reason. Yes.
Because of melting of ice.
Because
Melting of ice.
melting of ice which was accumulated in a Himalayan zone, and as well as in a rainy season, obviously the river used to flow, isn't it? Okay, so mainly we can see in a part of tributaries of river Ganga and its tributary in a part of Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, and then in a West Bengal. Okay, and then even in a coastal area, especially here due to the river, which river? Narmada and Tata. Okay. In a southern part of India, they did not show due to which river? Krishna, Tungabhadra, and as well as in a Kaveri river beds we can see of a occurrence of a
Floods. Let us learn more about the most common and widespread of all natural disasters. Although a number of climatic and geographic factors could lead to floods, sometimes man is also responsible
Now they will explain the natural and as well as man-made causes for the occurrence of floods. Okay, one by one.
for this disaster. Let us explore some of the causes responsible for floods. Continuous heavy rainfall is the most common cause of floods. When the river receives more water than its capacity to discharge due to heavy rainfall, the excess water overflows the banks into the adjoining areas, thus creating floods. When landslides occur, the water channels are blocked and water starts overflowing in the adjoining areas, causing floods. In the snow-covered mountain areas, snow starts melting rapidly during the summers. The sea level rises, thus leading to floods. Cyclones are often followed by heavy rains, creating flood-like situations. Floods are sometimes caused by human activities, construction of houses, other structures, and dumping of garbage can easily block the narrow passages of river and water channels. In such a scenario, the excess water flows into the adjacent areas, causing floods. Huge outflow of water by dams often causes floods in the nearby area. The cracking and collapsing of dams due to defective construction can also lead to floods and loss of life and property.
Okay, so these are considered as a
Causes of floods.
Okay, next is
Floods cause tremendous loss of life and property,
we
disturbing
remember
the
almost all its effects are same only for all the natural disasters.
social, economic, and environmental life in the affected areas. The washing waters submerge houses, vehicles, and properties, leading to loss of property as well as human and animal life. A large number of people and livestock die by drowning, while the survivors are either left homeless or vulnerable to the diseases that follow the disaster. The water sources are contaminated by floods and hence clean drinking water becomes scarce. Since the floods wash away fields along with the stored grains and other food supply is scarce. Electricity lines and means of transport are affected. Since most floods are preceded by heavy rainfall and melting of snow and are often predictable, a reasonable time period is available for proper planning to prevent floods. The authorities must promote public awareness amongst the masses about the floods and their mitigation strategies to help prevent panic and chaos in the event of a flood. Engineered structures should be constructed on an elevated area or on stilts to withstand flood forces. The government should be ready with well-trained disaster management and rescue teams in flood-prone areas. Artificial water channels, such as canals, can be built to facilitate control of water levels during the time of floods. Improved drainage system can also help control floods, especially during flash floods in the urban areas by facilitating easy flow of excess water. At an individual level, every person can store a personal stock of fresh water, dry food, medicines, and other necessities in waterproof bags.
Okay, so this is related to the preventive measure of a flood. Now, let me ask you a question. How much you have understood? Again, I'll go to cyclone. Yeah, can you? Be fast, yes.
They should be built to be foundations and pillars.
Option
B.
Option B. Shall we?
Yes.
Yeah. So in a house is how supposed to be constructed, especially in a coastal area, to avoid the cyclonic effect means it a deep foundation. Okay. Then what is the sudden drop of pressure gradients causing condition of a spill wind known as? Yes.
Barometric gradient.
Yeah. Option? Good. What do you mean by pressure? Here pressure means nothing but barometric. Okay. Yeah. Pressure will be measured by the barometric. Okay. Next, which epidemic is spread by cyclone among these? Due to the effect of cyclone. Any other? Come on first. Water related.
Malaria. Option B.
Shall we? Shall we see? Good. Okay. So, among this, malaria will be spread due to the effect of cyclone. And then, what was the speed of a super cyclone which was assumed by IMD, especially which was affected in the part of Odisha in the year of 1999? Any guess? Any guess? At the speed of, this is the speed of the wind during the moment of cyclonic effect. Option D. Option B. Let me see. No? Can any guesses? Huh?
Option
250 km per hour. Good. Okay, so that here the speed of the cyclonic wind was around 250 kilometer per hour. Yes. So India, which Indian organization? This already we were discussed. Yes. Option B. Okay. IMD. Yes. Okay. So this is about the important question which you can assess related to the cyclone. Okay. Yes. You can note down the home assignment. Like the cars. What first take on? What are natural disasters? What are natural disasters? Natural disaster. Write the cause. Next question. Write the causes. Causes.